Hi guys, Kane Harrison here. Welcome to the Entrepreneurial Minute, proudly brought to you by the entrepreneurialmind.com. This is of course the program where we try and fit as much as we can into a short period of time and give you the answers to all the entrepreneurial questions that you have. We have Dr. Jeff Cornwall on hand, and today's question is, it's a tricky one. What should business partners split up ownership percentage? How should business partners split up ownership percentages? It's a difficult question to even ask, let alone answer.
Both, right. So this is the tricky part of this is there's both a rational model in terms of how it should be split up, and there's an emotional model. The emotional model is typically going to be everybody wants to have majority ownership, so they feel like they're the boss. The reality is that really isn't going to get you very far anyway. And so just because you have 51% doesn't mean you're going to have an effective business if the other 49% owner is pissed off at you all the time.
Right.
So what I like to have people do is get away from that emotional thing and think about it logically. Who's putting in the most? If you're bootstrapping and you're putting in equipment and space, who's contributing the most? Value that. Who's putting in the most cash? Who's putting in the most sweat equity? And then there can be some allowance for sort of that qualitative aspect of, maybe whose idea was it originally, maybe someone has a little more reputation or something like that. And that can be a little bit of a fudge factor to add a little bit. But it really needs to be an objective thing that you lay out. And quite honestly, I like models where it's equal.
Right.
Rather than trying to quantify, the other approach is just to say, listen, let's just do this 50-50 or a third.
Yeah.
And let's all be in it together.
And I guess that's a lot easier to do when starting from scratch, as
Right.
opposed to adding people to businesses as they move forward.
Yeah, and when you add moving forward, there's all kinds of fairness issues. There's also a lot of tax issues too. You can't just throw a lot of stock at somebody just because they're joining your company, because that's income, and they're going to owe taxes on that.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful about that.
Well, I hope you got all the information you need in that Entrepreneurial Minute. We, of course, will do this more and more often as you guys fire us questions. There's a email address there on the lower third that you can send any questions through to us and the team at theentrepreneurialmind.com, and we'll, of course, get them up on this show and answer them. We are so glad you've joined us for this Entrepreneurial Minute, and we'll see you next time.